Welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 313.5 or 313.5 for the week of June 19th in nice, hot Sunnyvale, California. Hello, Bryce.
Hello, Tobias.
How you doing?
I'm doing very good.
We're doing another 0.5 episode, which we didn't think we were going to do for like another year or so. But Higgins, just likes to get sick somehow and lose his voice and, right before a big move and lots of other big things he has to do.
That poor man gets sick more than any other adult male any other human that
It is very true.
that I know. So I hope you're feeling better, Mr. Higgins, although I doubt you're listening to this.
He probably will not. No, I doubt it. or he will just hate it.
Well, that's sort of a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. All right. We actually asked our fellow friends.
So we have a really exciting podcast for you this evening.
Yes.
We actually, so we did, like Toby said, we didn't think that we were going to get another episode.
Not for a while.
Do you need to have the headphones on?
No, fuck that.
Okay.
I'm not Ryan.
All right. Well, we didn't think that we'd get to do this for so much longer, and then,
Now you make me doubt myself, so I'm going to listen for a second.
I don't know if you need them.
We're totally good.
Okay.
Fuck this headphones.
Okay, sounds good. We didn't know when we get to do it again, if ever.
Yeah.
And then,
but if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right.
And we're going to do it better than last time,
Yes.
a.k.a. right, a.k.a. last time we had the best of intentions but didn't really know what the fuck we were doing. So this time we're working our way towards podcast excellence. This time we actually have show notes, which, as Tobias was just mentioning, come in the form of we just ask for questions. We don't have the insider's guide to the comic book industry that sits with Mr. Higgins working in the industry. But Toby asked for the people's questions, and the people have responded in turn.
They have spoken.
They have spoken a lot.
Yeah.
And in any case, we are here to give the people what they want. And if your question wasn't... Is this blocking the camera? And if your question wasn't answered, maybe it's because you didn't ask a question. But, one of my pet peeves is always on these podcasts that I listen to that people... that the hosts maybe don't get to their questions, and I don't know if that's just because they've run out of questions,
Or
and so it
they
seems
pick
like
and choose the question
or
like
they
a
pick
certain
and choose.
other host.
Well, that's true. I hate it when David James on the Liverpool podcast does that. I agree with you. I know that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so we are going to try to get to every question that was asked.
It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
I intended on doing some very hilarious research to have a good answer for talking about foreign policy and trade debt, but have to unfortunately say that the day got away from me and my hilarious plan will not come to fruition, and so I will only be talking about nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
I
should
was
say.
not even going to attempt to answer that one.
Really? You weren't?
No,
Well,
not even close.
Now I am surprised.
Oh,
Okay, so I wrote these down. These are our show notes, such as they are, in order from recent from when we delivered them. So I guess oldest. From the time that we posted the request.
so that does it mean we should go from the bottom to the top?
No,
No, it is in the right order, or in whatever order you want it.
I love bottoms as much as the next man, but I do have to say that we should just go from the top.
Let's do it.
I did Twitter before Facebook. No real intent there. It was just what I had open.
On Twitter first.
Oh, good point. You're right. So yeah, that was my subliminal reasoning.
Yeah.
We may not get to all questions, in which case we apologize, and we may get to all questions, in which case we also apologize.
Then we high five.
That sounds good to me. Okay, those more verbose people might have more questions answered. Again, sorry, not sorry. We're trying to get our feel for our podcasting style. This may be spectacular, and in any case, it will be spectacular. Okay, so the first question we had, and again, I don't know who did all these. I just know the first one because it's Casey, because Casey's the most prolific motherfucker that we deal with. He wanted to talk about. He was joking, trolling partially. He said, but he wanted to talk about the Wonder Woman language deal. A slight nitpick that I had, and I forget if I talked about it last episode.
You may have.
Loved Wonder Woman on the whole.
Yeah.
But it's very weird when Chris Pine saddles up to Dr. Poison by the fire and says,
Does a
"Hello, Dr. Poison. My name is
well for me? Yeah.
Steven Tyler. What's his name again?
Trevor.
Steven Trevor. Wow. He doesn't want to miss one kiss. Anyway, so it's just weird. He like affects this like slight German accent. And he's
I'm
like,
a little slow today.
he's
I just
like-
got it.
Thank you. He gets up next to him. He's like, "Hello, doctor," and it's like, "Wait, so are you speaking English? Because now you have a German accent, and
Yeah.
she's been speaking English the whole time, and now you're
Yeah.
speaking English, and we're just
Found it,
we're supposed to ignore that."
It hit me when he was trying to get in to the ball, basically.
Yeah, the whole thing about how like nobody is like all these high-ranking German officials like don't notice that A, this guy doesn't have credentials, and B, his German fucking is terrible. You want to see a good calling out somebody on their fake German bullshit, go watch Inglourious Bastards, which is, if too long, still a great movie. Anyway, I just thought that was so ridiculous. And the sword in the back thing, I know that I haven't been on a podcast with you since you
But
talked
don't
about
you
it.
think, like even our fellow friends have posted some pictures
know.
and explanations,
Yeah.
but the one with the cosplayer or whoever that woman is,
Yeah, I don't know,
isn't
but
it in between her butt cheeks, like legitimately or not?
I
it
guarantee
has
you
to,
it is
right?
not legitimately in between her butt cheeks.
Has to.
It has to be. I mean, that's so, like Gal Gadot, which
Yeah.
would like to insist that her name be Godot, but I have been overruled by her parents. That she is like not even 6 feet tall, and I swear that sword is like.
She's pretty tall.
Oh, she is? Okay. Well, I swear that sword is like 5 feet long, so there's no way that. Anyway. And then, like, Hans Gruber, or whatever his name is, is like,
Hello.
puts his hand behind her
Yeah.
back and he's like dancing with her.
Yeah.
And, like, nobody's saying. Anyway, so again, love the movie, but
Yeah, but that scene is kind of cool though. The when she just walks in.
it's
did
very
like that.
badass. It is
Yeah,
very badass.
It is very cool.
I
Yeah.
do agree that
and
it's
then
cool.
your mind starts working, going, "Wait
Yeah.
a minute, yeah."
Yeah. When you see it, you're like, oh, she's a badass. Then you're like, yeah, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, so he actually was partially trolling in his question about the language accuracy because we're supposed to just forget about it. It's a comic book movie.
fine.
We don't really care that much, and it's true that we don't, I guess. But what was really cool was how in X-Men First Class, they actually had them speaking foreign languages when they're supposed to be fucking speaking foreign languages.
Yeah.
So I did want to say that was really cool. My problems for X-Men First Class, even though I think that it's widely loved as one of the more fan favorite movies, was I hated the bastardization of almost every character and the intermingling of the X-Men generations. And this is
Or
like
the history.
such a
Yeah.
nerdy complaint, but
Yeah, you nerd.
but like I don't know, like we could get into it all day long, and there's nitpicks galore or abound with the X-Men movies, but like Havoc is just the worst. Second of all, they have that Angel chick is like one of the main characters. Emma Frost is like the worst character ever written.
She was pretty
Kevin Bacon is just, it's before Kevin Bacon became cool again, and I'm not even sure that that's even happened yet.
So
Anyway,
can I be the Ryan here?
please, somebody's got to be.
Yeah,
it's not going to be me.
because I fucking love that movie.
I know you do. That's why you wanted us to talk about
I
it.
fucking love that movie. Like, I think after I watched a movie, I either tweeted or posted on Facebook, whatever nerdy thing I did, was I feel like this movie had the worst cast of X-Men possible,
Okay.
but it was my favorite X-Men movie. If that makes sense.
It like cast.
Like, my most, like, this would not be the X-Men I would have picked to make an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
But after watching it, I was like, I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the music in it, by the way. I absolutely adore the music in it.
Did the music? I don't remember. Did it go?
It went close.
Oh, okay.
In the
well.
credits, it paid an homage to it, which I loved. It's the only X-Men score that I actually own on iTunes.
Well, that's
And
something.
fun fact,
Oh.
Havoc, I actually worked with him.
well.
Yeah.
That doesn't make the movie any better.
Well, that
But
makes
that
it
is
for
cool.
Me. It makes it better for me. He's MacGyver now too. But I worked on a show called Fear Clinic with him.
Really?
Way back, yeah.
It's very cool
he's a
that
cool
you
guy.
have this like mysterious past.
No, it's a
Slightly mysterious.
fail pass maybe.
Next question. When will there be an Image movie, and who will be the subject matter? And I'm assuming that we're not counting that wonderful Spawn movie, because, by the way, John Leguizamo is awesome in general,
Yeah.
but not in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Well, let's be real. It'll be minutes while I'm talking about
I think
it.
the obvious choice
are you
is
gonna-
Invincible, no?
Is it the obvious choice?
Although that'll
Toby?
probably be a TV show, which I think is greenlit as a TV show, isn't it?
I am shocked that there hasn't been like one of the low budget Image. Indie, I
Invincible?
guess works.
Yeah.
No, of any title, because there's tons of good stories from Image that would be super low budget.
Isn't Atomic Blonde Image, or is it just an indie book or a European book?
You know what? You're
We don't
definitely not
We need
asking
Ryan
Charlie.
first, or Charlie.
Oh, I was gonna say Charlie.
Yeah, give Ryan too much credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn Ryan. Let's see here. Okay, so let's do it. Would it be Trees? Would it be Ninja Turtles? Oh no, that doesn't count.
That's
Oh,
IDW.
Image. I think that the question was actually specifically Image.
Yeah,
Okay. Would it be Saga? No, Saga.
it could be a lot of the Brubaker stuff.
That's not the. Oh my god, I would love it.
Yeah,
I could see them doing. No, Velvet doesn't have a big enough following. It has to have a big enough of a following that like it would actually move units, which is why I went to Saga. But like that has a budget that like is untenable for realistic movie making. So what is a good? I mean, they can't do Walking Dead, obviously. So what's a good sort of Earth related? I mean, it might be Invincible. That has
think it is.
a big audience.
I think it is.
I mean, what's that other one that he's doing with the demon possessed kid? It's not going to be Southern Bastards, I'll tell you that.
Are you talking about the one where the
And Ri-
kid disappeared and came back as a
No,
warrior?
it was
What
like,
was that one?
No. It's the same writer as Invincible and Walking Dead. Kirkman, thank you. I was brain farting. And perhaps real farting. Fucking, I forget what it's called. I could walk over there in 2 seconds and
Do
look.
it.
I will in a second. But
Okay.
No, I'll do it right
Yeah.
now while you say your idea.
What? What do you mean? I already said Invincible.
Think something else.
Okay, I'll try. We're continuing our excellent job of doing great radio.
I don't know. I give up.
No?
It's
All right.
it doesn't matter.
Fuck.
Look, the answer is going to be Invincible.
Yeah.
See, I would have given them Invincible in the 90s or the 2000s, but nowadays I think that like a Superman clone would be too on the nose. Actually, that's not even fair. So I'm sure that it's great. I've just never read Invincible, and I'm sure it's very different than Superman, and I just have no idea. I just know that he's a superhero that flies and is sort of the you know.
I think he's more like Spider-Man, no?
I
Character-wise?
will not disagree with you. I don't know anything about him. So that's not really fair. But anyway, I will agree. We will agree that it will be Invincible because it does have to have enough of a following, which Kirkman certainly has.
Yeah.
It has to be enough
Plus,
Earth-based.
You could do from the dude from Walking Dead.
Oh, great point. The marketability
yeah,
would be
yeah.
off the chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Invincible. I honestly think it got greenlit for something, either a movie or a TV show. I think they're actually working on it.
And it hasn't been running for fucking forever though. So like
Well,
maybe
they
they would
just
want to do a
finished
TV show. Oh, is it all over?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Charlie! We need you here.
Yeah, we need anybody with more knowledge
With more facts.
of Image books than we have. But it wouldn't be Southern Bastards because that's too aggressive. It wouldn't be any Remender stuff because he hates the man and fuck the man. Damn the man, I mean. Okay, so next one. Why are people still so upset with Cap being Hydra, but they're not upset with Soviet Superman or Superior Spidey? I can answer that very easily,
People
which
are
is
stupid?
that, well, beyond that,
Oh.
so, I mean, the word, Nazis comes to mind, and even though they're not, that is a common internet misconception. Or wait, I guess misconception is not the right word because I think that they were in some capacity Nazis, even though he's not a Nazi. So there's some like gray area there that's making a bunch of people get their panties in a twist. But Soviet soups, I never had, like,
Well, that was
I never
wasn't
understood
that an Elseworld
exactly.
anyway?
It was
so
Elseworld,
like right
so
off the gate, it's not gonna bother anybody.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
think that's why that didn't bother anybody. And the Superior Spice stuff, I think that fucking got a lot of people really angry at the time.
Did it?
Not. There was no association with, you know, any Reichs. But I think that people were really butthurt that Peter Parker was going to die, and that was the height of Dan Slott's death threats. I wonder if Dan Slott is like chilling, getting no death threats now, and he's just like, you know, I've hit my peak, I've hit my limit, I've done my best work I'll ever do, because he possibly might have. Superior Spider-Man was incredible. So anyway,
still have to read
that's why. I mean, why are people still so
honestly-
upset? I mean, come on, we're talking about the internet. It's
I
crazy.
mean, look, everybody knows I'm super like 20 years behind on books, but when I heard about what the storyline was behind Captain America being a Hydra agent, I thought it was actually a really kind of cool idea.
Well, once I understood that it was the Cosmic Cube, I agree with you.
Yeah. Because I thought that was kind of brilliant that he rewrote history, and then now that we have maybe different caps, so I find it very intriguing.
So are you all caught up on Secret
Fuck
Empire?
no.
Okay, well, I would love to talk about it with you.
Okay.
And
Well, you just talk about it.
no.
Yes, you should.
So Secret Empire, I think number 4 came out last week, as far as I understand, and this is why I need more people to riff off of that have also read the book, because I'm going to get a bunch of stuff wrong. But spoilers
well,
for
with me,
Secret Empire.
everything is just correct that you say.
Well, I'm used to that
It
being
could
the
be
case,
dangerous.
even when Higgins is in the room.
Yeah.
So I'm very confused, and that's why I need Charlie here. But I'm actually not sarcastically enjoying it so far. The story jumps around a bunch. Issue 1 deals almost exclusively with Cap and the Avengers and sort of what's going on Earth proper. And then issue 2 is almost exclusively the Dark Force dimension, which they shut whatever it's called into the street level heroes in New York. So Kingpin is now like a hero-ish. And then what happened? Number 3, I forget the number 3 and 4 sort of bled into each other as the beers kept flowing. But something about, you know, Ultron is the new bad guy, and it's kind of like
Again?
he's not the bad guy because he like forms some truce with Hydra because he knows that he can't beat
I thought you
Hydra.
were going to say he formed some Voltron.
And, well, he probably will. But I'm just like,
Captain America's his leg.
I need to read, I guess, more or see where it's going more, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is Ultron kowtowing to Hydra? Have they ever played HeroClix? Ultron would fucking obliterate Hydra. Like, so I'm sort of unclear as to how Hydra has the upper hand on Ultron. I mean, Ultron, like, haven't there been multiple stories with Ultron like taking over the universe? Like, it just seems to me that Hydra, it's like the fucking, and you know, a lot of this is HeroClix based, but HeroClix has its, you know, basis in comic book lore. Hydra can't fucking beat Squirrel Girl. Well, I guess that's a bad example.
It's kind of funny. When I first got into comic books, there were these cards. I think it was it's called Quartet. It was a card game, and they had a Marvel hero one and a Marvel villains one, and they had like, you know, the normal stuff like height, you know, and how heavy they are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they have like their strength, weaknesses,
Yeah,
power
their
levels.
stats.
Yeah, their stats basically. And I loved it because I based a lot of my comic knowledge onto that too.
Yeah.
So you're kind of using the same, like a modern version of HeroClix for the same things. Yeah.
It's very similar.
Yep.
So I don't know. Hydra couldn't defeat the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know how Hydra's defeating Ultron. So anyway, that's sort of weird. But how did we get?
I'm kind of glad.
Okay.
Glad that you're liking Secret Empire, though. Makes me very curious about it.
Yeah, I'm not loving it, but
You're not okay, but it's not horrible.
but yeah, no. But I'm also not hating it. Like I would give it a solid read recommendation. It sounds disingenuous to say that I don't hate it, because it's like, oh geez, fucking high bar. But like I'm cautiously liking it. Nick Spencer is toned down the social media commentary, and so I'm enjoying the writing, and the art has been fantastic.
Oh, good.
You know, they've got Sorrentino on 2 of the issues, and they don't have JR on any of the issues, and so that's only good.
Nah.
Anyway, okay, let's keep going. We have like a million things to do.
Reactions to Black Panther trailer. I must say, I have actually tried to convince Bryce Larson to do this while we're driving here.
Yep. And I will not do the live reaction to the Black Panther trailer
Because you will just watch it.
I'm just gonna. I'm sure that the trailer is incredible. I'm sure that I'm gonna love it. I'm sure that Higgins will hate it. I'm sure that it's gonna be a great movie. I'm still sure that Higgins will hate it. I'm sure that it'll get great reviews and make lots of money.
I don't think Higgins understands this commercial or trailer.
Higgins will complain about Rotten Tomatoes again
Because I think the music just confused the hell out of him. He goes, "I don't understand this. This is a Marvel project. I don't know what's going on."
Well, I don't know what music you're talking about.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to pique my curiosity, consider myself piqued, my friend.
So maybe we should watch this trailer afterwards. Yeah, come on, man.
All right, maybe at the end for an after credits scene.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll consider it. Okay.
Well, no. Before we go on, I actually, it hit me out of the blue. I had no idea this was coming. If a lot of people didn't know, I was watching the NBA Finals game 4. It was game 4.
Okay.
And it came in one of those commercial breaks, and it was like the first thing they showed. And I saw the Marvel logo. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the Black Panther thing showed. I'm like, this is awesome.
Okay, so if I'm remembering this correctly, I assumed that it was a Ragnarok trailer, and I muted it and left the room.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, because I don't know. It said Marvel, and I'm like, nope.
And he walked away.
I'm fucking out of
Probably
here.
Smart, yeah. I want to give a shout out because it's directed by a fellow local person, Ryan Coogler, who did Creed, the Rocky spinoff, and Fruitvale Station.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very
It's
cool.
probably Cogler. I probably missaid his name, so I suck.
Well, you could probably play the ESL card.
I've been here 20 years.
Well, I mean,
I can't do that anymore.
oh,
As much fun as you make of me, I can't do that anymore.
just trying to help you out, my man.
Thank
All
you,
right,
thank you, I appreciate
okay,
it.
so let's see here. Okay, this one I didn't understand at all. Probe him about Weibo
Stuff. All right,
stuff.
first of all, I don't really fully understand what a Weeaboo is, and I think that's how you say it. And
Weeaboo?
Weeaboo,
Why isn't there 2 O's in Weeaboo?
I don't know.
Well, that's obviously not good English.
Yeah. And second of all, I don't even think I count as anything Weeaboo related anymore, as the most current thing I've watched is 10 years old now.
Okay, so let's talk about this instead. It's
What?
obviously an anime related thing because
Okay.
he's talking about Naruto,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Why? Are you starting to watch it finally?
No, but my son is super into fucking Pokemon.
Oh, excellent.
That's what got me back into Pokemon Go.
Excellent.
My son is almost
you're watching
5 years
Pokemon at
old. Dude, on Netflix, they
Yeah.
have the full Indigo League.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything to anybody,
Yeah.
but I looked it up and I think that it's season 1.
Okay.
I think it's the beginning.
Okay.
I mean, the first
Of that
episode.
version.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like the different versions like bleed into each other, like continuing the series.
I think, yeah.
So
it's-
then they
it's
have,
probably
like, Indigo League.
It's probably really like season 20.
And they skip. No, that one is like season 1, and then
Okay.
they skip like 20 years.
Oh, okay.
And then they have like Pokemon XY.
Okay.
And they have 2 seasons of that,
Okay.
and then they have Pokemon XYZ.
So you totally caught up on everything.
Well, kind of, because they have like the first episode of the first season.
So we need to
it's,
wait
like,
till your son is old enough for Naruto for you to be caught up with that.
Well, I don't know. Does Netflix have fucking Naruto? I don't know.
I think it's on Hulu, actually.
Well, it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
my son doesn't like. I can't be bothered. I don't have enough time to watch Naruto if my son's not into it. But he's into fucking Pokemon. Like, I can't even tell you. I'm
awesome.
fucking evolving all these Pokemon I can't even tell you in Pokemon Go
Yeah.
because my son wants to go run around the park, which is like, yeah, I'll go run around the park with you. Do you want to kick a soccer ball? No, there's a Wobbuffet. And I'm just like,
awesome.
damn you, Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet. Anyway, so... Yeah, no, but I'm fucking loving Pokemon because it's got my
Nice.
son all excited to run around the park with me and sometimes kick the soccer ball, and it's incredible.
Nice.
Anyway, but that's anime, so I like anime.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Indigo League, baby, got me into it. Pokemon XYZ. Okay, so next question: any movie, if we could make any movie, Toby,
Well,
and you had
actually,
the
I think if I remember
unlimited budget.
correctly,
Oh,
the question was, Bryce, if you had an unlimited budget.
well, I'm transposing this question. Is that the right word? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
What would be? Who would be in it? And what would it be like?
Can I guess for you?
Well, bro, you can answer too.
No. Can I guess for you?
Yeah.
Is it start something with a C? for cable.
My mind went to a dirty place.
Well, we could make
Unnecessarily.
those kind of movies too.
Yeah, because Captain America is the movie that I've always wanted to see done right because I did not like First Avenger as much as everybody else. Just kidding.
actually-
You said cable.
I actually didn't like that either. I'm with you on that one.
So you know what? You are half right.
Okay.
And this actually kind of touches on a question that we have later.
Okay.
The good Reverend gave his question that we'll get to later, but my favorite X-Men crossover, we're kind of skipping around just a little bit here,
Yeah.
but my favorite 90s X-Men crossover, I'm pretty sure it was in the 80s that it wasn't the late, I'm sorry, the 90s that wasn't the late 80s, was Extinction Agenda. Best X-Men crossover of the 90s, I believe was the question, and that is my answer. And the reason is because it was, as far as I understand or think, it's the first real crossover between, I believe it crossed over, it was at least 4 books. What was it? Uncanny, X Factor, New Mutants. Am I forgetting one? I don't think that I'm forgetting one. I think it's just those 3. Unless I'm brain farting. But so it was towards the tail end. Yeah, it was the tail end of New Mutants. So and so of course, although motherfuck, wait.
So you would make that movie basically?
So I would make Extinction Agenda, where they go to Genosha and free the mutates. I believe it was pronounced mutates. And make Genosha a thing, and it deals a whole lot of
cool.
social commentary
Yeah.
about slavery, and there's
Yeah.
actual deaths
Yeah.
and things mean things. There's like great villains. There would be a lot of CGI. So Extinction Agenda, it would have a fucking ass ton. And by the way, unlimited budget, I would buy the X-Men back and give them to Marvel. So there you go, motherfuckers. And so they would have the X-Men back. So you're welcome. And then I would say who would be in it. I mean, damn, I'm on record already as saying I would have that general from Avatar be Cable.
Scott Lang?
And
Fritz Lang? What's his name? Something Lang.
Scott Lang isn't that the fucking Ant-Man?
Oh.
I believe you that you're probably very close in the name of the guy that we're both thinking of. Anyway, so yeah, I would have the X-Men given back to Marvel, and I would do it with the best crossover they've ever had. Executioner Song was great, but it was sort of jumping the shark a little bit in terms of
Stephen Lang.
Okay, good for you. The premise was a little bit more hollow, although it was crossover-tastic, just like Maximum Carnage. Fuck, man, the 90s were glorious.
There's a cool SNES game, although it might have not been cool. I just
it actually was
remembered
cool.
it
I
being
had
cool.
a Sega Genesis. I'm on record
Oh,
as
did
saying
you?
as well.
Yeah,
and
did you
played
like it?
the fucking shit out of that game.
Nice.
I loved that game.
Nice.
That was a great game.
Okay, so-
and to this day, I don't think that I beat it. I mean, like to this day.
Did you ever
means
play the
that
Super
one
Nintendo
year
game
that I
with
tried?
Spider-Man and the X-Men?
Oh yeah, I love that. Gambit's the fucking best.
Ah, yeah.
Of course, Gambit's the best. Hashtag X-Men Gold.
Hell yeah.
No wait, X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold.
Blue.
I'm in issue. No, 5 came out. I'm 2 issues behind. Jesus.
Okay. The current X-Men Blue and Gold.
Oh yeah,
Prime.
sorry, yeah. I'm talking about current. Obviously, I mean obviously Blue originally. Come
Yeah.
on. Anyway, so what would be your unlimited budget comic related movie? By the way, the last part of the question was what would it be like? It would be fucking
Glorious.
incredible. It would be glorious. It would be amazing. It would be uncanny.
I'm trying to think. Unlimited power. Unlimited budget.
Well,
Well, unlimited budget gets you unlimited
Same
power.
thing.
Almost.
Yep.
Almost. Yeah. I think I still would do just a Bat Family movie. That's all I want to do.
okay, well, that's not a bad. Any particular
Yeah.
storyline or?
No, I just want to do a Bat Family movie.
I do have
Yeah.
to say that like close up there on my second choice
Yeah.
would be like Death of the Supermen. That whole arc with Doomsday and
Okay.
then him coming
Okay.
back to life and the rise of the
But if you
Superman.
have unlimited budget, then you can have all the heroes at the end too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Funeral
yeah,
for
yeah.
a friend.
Yeah, not
Have them
like,
all beating on Doomsday and losing.
Yeah.
But where I was going with that was more to your point, although not exactly the same, as the whole Nightfall trilogy.
That would be cool.
That would be great. You wouldn't need unlimited budget for that. You could probably actually do that pretty
But
well.
you could do it cool because you could make it so that Batman loses at the end of one of the movies, which I always kind of liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a tricky question. So it says like you can, make a movie with unlimited budget. Like, I mean, if I had my choice, I would make a fucking like, I don't know, series or a trilogy or, I don't know. I would buy back the X-Men for Marvel and then
Age
just
Apocalypse
have
would be
them
kind of cool.
have them do.
That would be really cool.
That would be
That would be
really cool. But it's different because it's not the characters that you grew up with. And
No,
are
it would
still
only
with.
work as everything that's been out like it is now,
Yeah.
and then you do Age Apocalypse.
Or
And
if
then all the
everything-
normals go, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They would. Okay, let's keep on moving. Okay, Sandman being
being
scary.
scary.
So I've read volume 1 of Sandman, and it was definitely, excuse me, the first trade that is, and
Yeah.
it's definitely disturbing,
Yeah.
scary. I believe you. Maybe you read it, sir, at a
Well,
younger
I
age.
tried to read it.
Although
but
this
then
was Samurai
since-
Godzilla, I think that said this.
Probably.
I should have said who it's from. Sorry, this is our only second time doing this.
We'll get better. Higgins will be sick again. We're sure of it.
Positively. Yeah, so I mean, it was
Is
scary.
Sandman scary?
I don't know, but I do remember it being definitely disturbing as an adult male. So although man, you want to know what the fucking scariest thing, not scary is not the right word, disturbing, the most disturbing thing I've ever read in a single comic book in history,
Just
even
the
though this
Pilgrim?
wasn't the question, is in some issue of Walking Dead in Omnibus 2
Yeah.
when like the little boy had his eyes scooped out by his dad and his dad ate them,
Ugh.
and having a kid, like that fucking shit haunts me to this day. So sorry if you hadn't read that and now it haunts you. It was very creepily drawn and written in the book, so hopefully it doesn't stick with you. In fact,
Well,
now that I'm
Just the
thinking about
Pilgrim
it, I
stuck with me.
shouldn't have said it. What?
Just a Pilgrim. That one stuck with me.
Wait, have I read this yet?
Garfinis? Yeah. It was a book, probably late 90s, early 2000s.
What is it? I don't know.
It's a Garfinis book, normal Garfinis humor, violence, yada yada yada. I remember reading the book, and I'm like, I kind of really, I'm really digging this book, and then they reveal the origin of this character, and it was something like he was on a boat and he started eating everybody else, and that's how he survived or something. I really hope I remember this correctly, but he basically was a cannibal. And
Yeah.
I was like, the whole time, I'm like, this character I like eats people? Fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that didn't work for me.
that seems very weird.
Especially as a vegetarian. I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know you were a vegetarian.
You didn't? Are you being
TIL.
sarcastic?
It is funny that you can never tell.
I can't. I really can't tell.
I mean, I don't blame you. My wife can't tell. I can't even tell. He said sarcastically. No, this time I was not. I was not being sarcastic. Okay. Anyway, Deadpool 2 villain. Who? What the fuck was that?
I was trying to say strife.
Oh, in Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who are some good Deadpool villains? No. T-Ray with a band-aid on the nose. Who else?
That's all you, man. You're the cable man today because there's no Charlie here.
Well, I'm the cable man every day.
Yeah.
Okay, so
People supposedly have spoken per one guy.
so do you think that do you think that they should keep the same casting for Deadpool though?
Yeah, what do you mean? There's only one guy and a girl and a giant colossus.
Well, right, but hopefully they don't need Colossus back.
Hey, they do. He was my favorite part in the movie.
He was fucking great. They definitely don't need that girl back. So okay,
alright.
so they have bigger budget.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they could definitely bring back Colossus with bigger budget.
okay,
Yeah.
but who else can they bring back?
What do you mean back?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so
Gina Carano?
who's that?
The girl, the bad girl.
Oh, nah, they don't need to bring her back. Who else? Who else should they bring back?
Well, I don't understand this back if they haven't been in the movie. So they had to be in the Deadpool 1 for them to be back? Or are you talking about who can they bring from the books?
I'm saying who from the first movie should they bring back?
Well, it's just the fucking Colossus and Deadpool, really, in my mind, and that chick that he fucks.
Oh, she was incredible.
Yeah.
The girl from
Firefly.
Firefly, thank
Yeah,
you.
and Gotham, and lots of other nerdy things. V? Is it V?
Oh,
Is that the giant sci-fi thing?
oh, yeah, no.
Is it V? They did a new version of it? She was in
okay.
that one, right? Yeah.
Okay, right, but who should they get to play Deadpool?
I am so not following you on this.
I've been trying. I've been
so
trying.
confused.
It is so okay. Who should they get to play Deadpool?
Fuck you. Okay.
I was trying so hard to keep a straight face and like lead you to down the
I was like, what are you doing?
down the primrose path.
What are you doing?
I was like trying every tricky way to get you to.
Fuck you.
Oh, god
I
damn
will
it!
not say his name.
Oh, that wasn't even a fucking question in the thing I just had to try to get you.
I was so confused. I was like, where is he going with this? I'm
Well,
not following. What
yeah,
the fuck? What?
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah, I tried. Sorry, guys, I tried. Okay,
You. Fuck everybody. Fuck all the listeners.
It's out of love, though. It's out of love.
Fuck y'all.
Okay, so
I can't believe you were actually trying. I was so confused. I'm like, what the fuck is not Ryan. Bryce talking about? I was like, what's going on?
oh man, hey, who knows?
That did not work.
Who knows when Mr. Reynolds will be
you.
gracing us with his presence again? Anyway, okay, back to the actual
Still
questions.
don't know how I say it wrong, by the way.
You do a great job.
No.
We have a fucking ton more questions. Okay, rumor of Fantastic 3 instead of Fantastic 4 and our thoughts. Okay.
I didn't even know there was a rumor of Fantastic Four 3.
This would be another great example, as loath as I am to admit it, to
is
have
this
Ryan on the
rumor of a Fantastic Four numbers 3 movie, as in
No, definitely not.
Oh.
No. The rumor is, and we don't know this rumor, and Charlie.
What? But hasn't it done before? I remember reading like a book
that's
with like 3
kind
on
of
their
my
chest.
answer is that so I haven't done this yet. Yeah, there was the Fantastic Five at some point.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Anyway, so our thoughts. So
what is the actual rumor? Do we know? Do you know? I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but you know who would know? Charlie.
Or people
Anyway.
that read the internet.
Or yeah, I mean, don't right now, but we could probably Google it right now and get a very good idea what the rumor is. Anyway, okay, so the Fantastic 3, I assume.
Who are the Fantastic 3?
Well,
Who's the one that bites the dust?
well, I mean, it's obviously
The robot? Is it the robot?
It's obviously Old Man Logan, Deadpool, and Cable. I mean, that's pretty.
Is that what it is? It's not.
No.
Oh.
That would be
Only
too.
Kirby's got to bite the dust.
That would be too incredible. So I bet that if that is a rumor, and this is based on nothing, such as is most of my random thoughts, but it's got to be Thing, Johnny Storm, and some fucking addition that nobody cares about, like Moon Girl or something like that. So Invisible Woman and Reed are still, Sue and Reed are still lost in whatever nowhere verse.
I follow.
But they still want to make those dollar bills.
So they have to have that smart person in there.
So no, I'm saying Marvel, as in they want to like have a fantastic blank book.
Okay.
And so they say, okay, well, what do we do? We're not bringing Reed and Sue back yet, even though they should, and maybe they will with Legacy. I mean, that's another question that we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that right now it's very easy. If it's Fantastic 3, then they probably, I mean, maybe Scott Lang. I mean, he was part of it once. You get Thing and Human Torch, easy. And then who else? Scott Lang, She-Hulk. She-Hulk was in it for a minute.
I love those.
Whatever the fuck happened to She-Thing?
The fuck is? Oh. Wow, I totally forgotten about that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And the minute you said that, all I was thinking was Thing with boobs, which She-Thing really was.
You're literally not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a homework question.
Wasn't
Maybe we should implement. Can we start implementing homework questions for the listeners?
For the listeners?
Oh yeah.
So we want answers.
Well,
Give
I mean,
us
we had
answers.
somebody find.
We're too lazy to look shit up on
We
the
had
internet.
somebody find out who knew where Hope was.
Oh no, that's someone he found hope. Or no,
Right.
found someone that has found hope.
That's literally what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
He didn't have the balls to run them off the road.
He totally should have. But all his story about how he had to tell his wife, girlfriend, that she had to take a picture of
Yeah.
that was pretty hilarious.
That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Anyway, so somebody knows where Hope is, and they're
It's somewhere out there
broadcasting
in a
it
car.
all over the Pacific Northwest or wherever you live. I'm sorry if that's
Yeah.
wildly wrong. Anyway, okay, so dude, we are not gonna get to everything, just like I
Yeah,
thought
we
that-
are.
Okay, here we go.
We're almost like halfway there.
Okay, so classic Bryce rant on low Marvel. Oh my God! So can we talk about how terrible Black Bolt has been? What the fuck? Why on earth is Black Bolt just so awful? Black Bolt is like one of the top coolest characters in the Marvel universe, okay? Obviously, look at his hero clicks, okay? He could decimate your entire team, okay? He just needs some outwit and perplex and, single target action and good dice rolls. But other than that, incredible character, deserves a way better story than whatever the garbage is that they're pumping out. And no offense to the writer, because I'm sure you're a great writer, Simon Spurrier, said nobody. And I'm sure you're a great artist, JR, said nobody in the past decade and a half. But Jesus, what the hell? He's like escaping prison. It's like, and by the way, he can talk. What the fuck? Black Bolt can't talk. His only power is that he's not allowed to talk. Like, yeah, he can talk to unleash the fucking like badassness. You're gonna first of all have a story about Black Bolt where like he's not supposed to be able to talk, and then given the ability to talk, which is like, what the fuck? That's like, let's do a Wolverine thing where his only like power in the story is to have a healing factor. Okay.
That was pretty good.
All right. Yeah. So there
That
you
was
go.
very classic.
All right. Classic Bryce rant. There you go.
Actually, it wasn't very classic because you were done in 2 minutes. You're
That-
supposed to go on for another 10 minutes.
Yes, well, that is quite un-Bryce classic stereotypical, but
We want to get through all the questions.
we do, yes.
Yes.
Anyway, so Black Bolt, what the fuck? You're the worst. You're the one of the worst Marvel books, and there's a lot of you currently. It's breaking my heart. What the fuck? Okay, anyway. Okay, Miss Sinister on X-Men Blue, female versions. Why do they keep
I didn't
doing?
realize there was a Miss Sinister.
So, okay, to answer the question,
Did he marry someone?
Miss Sinister was actually done a long time ago, and by a long time ago, I mean probably within
Really?
the last decade, but over half a decade ago. If I'm sure that my sense of time is all
Actually
out of
didn't know
whack,
that.
but yeah, no, Miss Sinister is a thing. I haven't caught up yet because is X-Men Blue is it fucking bi-weekly? It's coming out so fast. It must be bi-weekly.
Possible.
Anyway, let's assume it's bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Because I'm always right. So yeah, X-Men Blue, Miss Sinister shows up. I don't know if they create her in X-Men Blue. I assume not, because I'm 99.100% sure that Miss Sinister is already a thing. Don't do it. Don't do
Why?
it.
Why?
We have too many questions to get through.
What? I want to see Miss
Don't pull it off the.
Sinister.
No.
Is it
Spoilers.
Just,
No.
Is it just Sinister with
I read
boobs?
3. I haven't read 4 yet.
Is
and
it just Sinister with boobs?
well, and probably long hair. And she's probably much smarter and more rational than he is.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Pointy teeth?
Oh, I love his pointy teeth. Dude, how good was the 90s X-Men?
I love it.
Oh my God. Nasty boys. So good. Okay, so let's see. Next question. How long should Logan stay dead in the movies? And if he came back, where would we like to see him?
Or how? I think the question was how. Right? How would we bring him back?
And what would we like to see is the actual question.
Alright, well,
I'm sure that I didn't
Mr.
have any
X-Men?
typo. Well, thank you for acknowledging. Let me see. I would
It's
like
in the movies, right? It's not in books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like him dead.
Forever?
I'd like him dead for I'd like him dead for a decade.
Then it's definitely not Hugh Jackman coming back.
Well, he's not going to come back anyway.
Well, you never know. There's enough money in the world to bring anybody back from the dead.
Is Logan's already 1 year old, or am I just being
Fuck
crazy?
no.
It's probably like 2 months old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 4 or
Anyway,
5,
I
but-
think that Fox has the ability. By the way, there's 100% no way that he stays dead for a decade. I think that they'll have another movie with him in it
probably gonna be
next year.
a reboot, though.
But yeah, there will be a
point.
reboot. I'm just saying, like, how long should he stay dead is the question. Okay, a decade's a little hyperbolic. But I mean, I think that they have so much material that they could coast. Because how long did they coast on Wolverine? They coasted on him for fucking a decade.
Yeah.
They could coast with Cable, who is fucking totally untapped, and Deadpool
For 2 decades.
for at least a decade with those two combined.
Yeah, and
I think
I want my fucking Gambit.
the fact that they haven't like pimped out Gambit at all. So like, there's so much material that they could leverage that they could actually have his death having been made meaningful and come out with like a good Wolverine movie. They've pumped a lot of like good Wolverine stories. You know, bring him back. I don't know, fucking subsequent to the Fatal Attractions thing. Even though he didn't die in that one, he was, you know,
Yeah.
adamantium ripped out of him. But I don't know, like have it like come at a meaningful time. Have him dead for a half decade at least. Like I'm sure that they won't, but that'd be so much more. That'd be so much cooler in my opinion.
Well, I would like him to stay dead as well. But if someone came to me and said, "Well, here's $1 million, and your job is to bring him back in the movies,"
no, they would be like,
well, that
Bryce,
probably will not come to me. First of all,
can I give you a quick hand job to bring Wolverine back? And I'd be like, okay, fine, yeah.
well, if the job was to bring him back, the way I like to see him coming back is that since they just buried him, that his body gets hunted basically. That in Doctor Who,
Yeah.
the storyline is like, you know, even though he's dead, the body is there's a lot of, you know, stuff in the body that they want to know for research, yada yada. I would make a story where the entire movie is basically grave diggers stealing his dead body. And, you know, the X-Men or whatever version of the X-Men find out about it, or Laura finds out about it, and basically hunts them down to get the body back. And that in a weird way, like, you know, through research and all that stuff, you know, because they probe around his fucking, you know, butthole usually,
Sounds like Dead Knight.
that they trigger something in his body to restart his, you know, healing factor.
I love this.
And that by the end of the movie, either you just see him, it has to be at the end of the movie that he basically comes back and he's like young Hugh Jackman again. That's the way I would do it.
Or maybe a new character or a new actor.
That's very Doctor Who-ish.
I do think that they need to.
I would kind of like to see that Laura hunting the people down that stole his body.
Yeah,
kind
it'd
of.
be fucking. That'd be incredible.
I like it.
That'd
Like
be
you maybe
great.
even grown up Laura at this point. I thought that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. So we are totally for it. Bring it on, Fox. Don't fuck it up. Oh wait, you will. Fortune teller here.
Did someone actually posted Warriors?
Yeah, well,
I actually did not see
it
that.
was like it was like a bunch of these things.
Really?
Warriors, X-Men Blue and Gold, Dark Days, Forge, and I added X-Men
Wait,
Forge because he's incredible.
Someone actually said Warrior. We should talk about Warriors. Really? Because we can
we
for
can.
a long time.
Yeah, but dude, we have this list is fucking crazy.
Oh,
all right, look, let's go a little bit.
Okay.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, who's
That's
the
all we have to say. Take that, LeBron.
who's take that who? I can't do it without smiling now every time.
Fuck you. I would just not say any names anymore in my life. I was go that guy. Fuck that guy
wait. I'm sorry. What's
from
his
Cleveland.
What-
Like I have all of Cleveland just hate
what's
me.
his name?
Fuck you.
Not Kyrie. What's the other superstar's name? I can't do it without smiling too much.
Hey.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
you. It's like this
Fuck you.
adorable cherub-faced gentleman. Okay,
I
so
hate
we
Bryce.
got.
Why am I doing this for you?
We got Kyrie and we got LeBron and we got who are they playing against? Oh yeah, the better team. You're welcome. Yeah, the Warriors. Yeah, God
I'm
bless
happy.
America. California is the best.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty normal. That's pretty just I'm sure that.
Well, I'm extremely happy, obviously, and I also missed the podcast because of it. I'm very sorry. But here we are.
Well, you're not sorry at all. Actually, you were.
No, I am.
Oh yeah,
A little bit.
really? I don't. You were like having a rare drunkscapade moment.
I did?
Well, I assume so.
Really?
I know maybe that was me.
Oh, yeah, I think it was you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
my drunk escapades.
That, by the way, that's not a real word.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made that
Yeah.
up.
No, it was during we believe Warriors. It was big time. Drink till I drop and then show up the next day at work like halfway there.
Are you like telling me? Are you like writing a Marvel comic right now? What's going
Yes,
on right now?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's about as good as they get right now. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, the Warriors are the champions. They're the world champions of basketball. They're the best, and they come from California. They come from the Bay Area. Because, that's all I got.
Well, I could
By the way, I'm
talk a lot longer, but
Yeah, you're an actual fan. I'm just a bandwagon fan. When I mean, basketball seasons are fucking long. When they get to the
no, they're
playoffs,
not. Fucking baseball seasons are fucking long.
no, baseball seasons are fucking untenable. Basketball seasons are long. I can't even.
My
be
sister
bothered.
absolutely hates basketball because every time she wants to play video games, like, oh no, there's a game. She goes, fuck the games.
Yeah. Damn the man. Okay, so anyway, X-Men Blue and Gold. How they going? Yeah, I'm a little behind. I'm actually really liking them.
Good.
I've only read issues 1 through 3.
Well, you like all
each.
of them except for Phoenix or Jean Grey?
No, he just asked about the Blue and Gold books.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he okay. By extension, I haven't read. Fucking Higgins didn't put Iceman #1, even though I have a standing agreement with him to give me all X related books. He didn't even put Iceman #1 in my box. I'm not sure if that's because he's lazy, if he forgot, or if he just likes me as a human being. Because he did not put it in my box, and so I haven't read it. But I've heard that it was a hot mess. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've read Jean Grey 1 and 2, and they were terrible. In my opinion, again.
Oh, you read both of them?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Okay, cool. All right, I will not bother.
Um,
Like every other book.
Yeah, so I'm sure that my style is different than other people's styles. So.
Dude, I think you added your own topic list in here. I'm like seeing stuff that I totally did not read about.
No, I added 3 total bullet points out of these 100 bullet points.
Yeah.
What other one do you think that I
Dish
added?
versus Cable.
No, I swear to God, that's
Who
on
brought
there.
that up?
Somebody. It was in the same thing. Was it Chris Nguyen? Who was it that said? He said these 5 were all in one stream of consciousness. We're on the Facebook questions now, by the way. He said Warriors, X-Men Blue Gold, Dark Days Forge, Dragon Ball Z, Dish versus
Dragon
Cable.
Ball C.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that because I can't talk about. I don't know any. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z.
I think it's because there's that new video game that's coming out that looks amazing.
Okay, well,
I think that's what it is.
That's
it
all.
looks like a fucking cartoon, though.
Okay, that's all you get about that because I don't know if
It does
know
look
what the
fucking
fuck.
amazing. I even want to play it.
Okay, I
I'm not
believe
even
you.
a big Dragon Ball
Okay, well, also Dark Days Forge. Let's talk about some DC books.
All right.
Love DC books.
fan. Yeah.
Can somebody here's some more reader homework? What the fuck is going on in this book? First of all, JRJR's art should just be set to torch. But Jim Lee's great, and David Finch wasn't in there. Who else was in there? There's
Didn't he do the cover, though?
there's a bunch of great art. Who?
Finch did the cover, no? Am I wrong?
Oh, I thought that was Jim Lee. Well, I don't know, but Finch is great. Jim Lee's great. Everybody but JRJR is great. Can somebody
Oh, that's
please-
probably Lee.
This is what I need, Charlie, because I know you didn't read it. I need
I bought it.
Higgins and Charlie
I'm
to
a true
explain
fan.
it
I
to
just
me.
buy everything. I just don't read it.
Something is going. This is going to be like the fucking kindergarten version explanation of the story because once anybody hears this is going to want to claw their ears out and be like, "You fucking idiot." So anyway, save your troll ass Twitter and Facebook comments. I understand that I don't know what the fuck is going on, but so Nth Metal, I guess it wasn't around. Maybe that's a New 52 thing. And Mr. Miracle, I guess, wasn't around. Maybe that's a New 52 thing. Like, fuck you, New 52. What a piece of flaming fucking garbage. Anyway, so, Mr. Miracle is like a new thing. Mr. Terrific is like the most terribly drawn person. By the way, who's
He
able to
doesn't even
sneak?
have a T on his face. It's
I know,
just
it's a fucking oval. It's almost a trapezoid. Is his
trying
name
to-
supposed to be like Mr. Trapezoid instead of Mr. Terrific?
or red face.
Or red face. That is a
that-
fucking
that could
oval
be-
and or trapezoid on
That
his
could
face.
be a racist remark, actually. I'm
Fucking
sorry.
JRJR's artwork is the worst. Anyway, who can sneak up on Batman? Nobody. Oh wait, actually, no, I'm sorry. Mr. Terrific, apparently.
Not the Arrow, Mr. Terrific.
Who seals up special prisons
Oh.
that have Mr. Miracle's costume on them? Mr. Miracle, and let's put him in there. So
Dusty have the Outsiders in here. That's kind of cool.
Oh, thank God! Fucking Brock's not here. He'd
Oh,
fucking
shit. Yeah, he'd be
nut
jizzing-
all over your
jizzing-
computer with
jizzing
the
everywhere.
Outsiders being
Yeah.
like. Were they also not in New 52? What the fuck was this universe that all you
don't
guys
think
had
so.
such a hard on for? Like,
I did
Were
not.
the Outsiders also not like
don't
all
think
these
so.
awesome elements of the DC universe? Have they just not existed? What the fuck
Yep.
is going on?
Yep.
Anyway, so that's some bullshit. So I don't even understand. Nth Metal, like, why is everybody losing their mind over it? Did it not exist? Anyway, there's a bunch of bullshit. I need somebody here smarter than me, which is not a short list, to explain this to me.
A guy that likes everything.
Why is Joker trapped in the prison that nobody can get into? Like, I don't
I think
understand.
it's one of
Isn't
the Jokers.
like a different universe Joker?
Well, remember that there's 3 Jokers now?
No, I didn't know that there's 3 Jokers. What?
Yeah. Isn't there 3 Jokers now? And this is one of them, I think.
I believe you. The only DC book I'm reading is Batman, which you would think if I needed to like
Wasn't
get
that-
all my information about Joker, reading fucking Batman
Wait,
would
wasn't
get me that
from Rebirth?
information.
No, was from another book maybe then.
I don't know, dude.
Didn't Batman like got to ask us like all being going, I want to know the identity of the Joker, and the bald being goes, which one?
First of all, what the fuck did you just say? Second of all, I believe you that Batman got ass. I believe you that Batman gets a lot of ass. And third of all, I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Okay. I'll let it be. I give up. I give up, Mr. Dishwasher's Cable.
Look, all I'm saying is that I'm sure that if Higgins were here, he would have fucking nut all over this book. And spoiler alert, Charlie would
He
have
already
liked it as
did.
well.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a great
Well,
book.
I think Higgins
Like,
is just really proud that of all the retailers, he's the only one that actually ordered this book. And he very proudly goes, we have copies in stock, so you
Well.
can come here and buy it here.
That's awesome. Good
Yeah.
for him. So I'm not even saying it's a bad story. It's not. It's just confusing for me. Like, I would like my comic book one shots to be more accessible than this, and it is my fault for not, for only reading Batman, and it's a Batman almost totally book. So I guess my fault.
What is X-Men Forge?
Oh, well, because the question involved, Dark Days Forge.
Oh, okay.
And the Forge, and so I just wanted to, this is
You want an X-Men fight?
The second thing that I added, which is X-Men's Forge. Like,
The character.
give me 30 seconds to talk about your favorite
Alright.
Forge story.
All right.
X-Men Forge. He's awesome. He's got a metal leg. That
Yeah.
fucking Jim Lee drawn Forge card from the trading cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mustache.
Oh, mustache.
Yeah.
Oh,
just not in Wonder Woman.
Cheyenne. Hey, by the way, how many Native Americans are represented in modern day comic books? Fucking very fucking few. So
Is he Native American? I didn't know that.
you are get the fuck.
I
who
actually
the
did not
fuck-
know that.
What the fuck?
I actually did not know that.
What is happening?
No,
Where
I'm
am
serious.
I?
I'm serious. I actually did not know that.
Cats and dogs are living together.
No, I'm serious. I did not know he was Native American.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Spoiler alert for those genophiles out there. Forge is, I believe, Cheyenne, and
Well, the mustache threw me off.
really because Native Americans can't grow facial hair.
No.
Because you thought that he was genealogically a porn star, and
No,
only they
I
can
just
grow
did
good
not-
mustaches.
I just did not think
'Cause
he
it's
was
quite a good
American.
mustache.
I did not know he was Native American.
Well, that makes one of us.
Well, you learn new things every day.
Today I learned
Fuck.
TIL. That's a Reddit thing. That's not my thing. I think that's a Reddit thing. Or I'm sure it's predated that. Anyway, okay,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Legion.
okay. I'm
Did
gonna
you watch Legion yet?
I haven't watched either. I look. I would love to catch up. I've heard fucking no end of how great Agents of Shield has become, and how great Legion has always been. And I haven't watched either.
Like I feel
I'm
bad
sure that they're
because
great.
I've given Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so many chances, and they keep poking me the other way that I don't like
Whoa.
it.
Right
So
on.
I thought I was not coming back, but it's on Netflix now. So yeah, all you guys are keep raving about it. I will go check it out.
Okay, so talk about Legion.
Legion, I only watched the pilot, but I loved it. Well, I thought it was very, very, very well done, but maybe not my cup of tea, so I shouldn't say loved it. But I do want to finish the whole thing now that it's finished.
Okay,
There you go.
I love it.
But I think you would like it a lot.
I believe it, and
It's like really.
not-
Look, even though I personally didn't necessarily like it, but I thought it was really, really, really well done.
yeah. what you need to do is you need to become Superman or Sentry, and
what?
fly to the Earth orbit and
Have plenty of time.
give me 5 extra hours per day.
No, do you remember Phoebe from Out of This World?
Yeah, but then you just get prematurely old, and then my wife would be, baby, I love you,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
didn't think of that.
she'd get
if you keep using time,
she'd
that
get
you
super
older.
old.
Yeah.
My kids would eventually like be my age. I'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that'd be weird. Okay, well, the next one is in honor of Wonder Woman, who is the best female comic book character? And I do have to say that I'm sorry, it is not Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's great. All you haters and trolls, get the fuck out of here.
Is it your favorite X-Men book right now?
Oh, what the fuck? I hate Jean Grey. What?
Oh, you do? Like otherwise too, not just because of the new
no,
book?
I dislike Jean Grey,
Really?
the comic book, a lot. No, the character?
Yeah.
So I have two, my answer is twofold.
Yeah, like my guess was that you were going to say Jean Grey.
Yeah, so I was going to say I cannot decide between Jean Grey and Black Widow. They are both very complicated characters. They are very different, apples to oranges, which is why I can't really compare them. In terms of Black Widow has like these, she's just a bare human that had a lot of bad shit happen to her, and she's overcome it to fight for good. And there's a lot to like in that story, and I'm kind of bummed that they totally abandoned a movie idea with her because I think there could be some good stuff there.
Hopefully it's coming back.
But my more geeky answer, even though that another one, let's be real, is fucking very geeky, is Jean Grey because she's also super deep and complex, and has had a ton of shit happen to her. But it's almost like that's trickier to use that as your answer because so much shit has been done to her that's almost like too much has been done. And so, where do you begin or end with, okay, at some point you can't have so many stories about her that she stops having good material written about her because all material's been written about her, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so with regards to DC, I didn't even give any DC heroines a thought. I'm sure
Really?
Higgins would say Harley Quinn.
No.
But I know you will say fucking Babs.
Of course.
But anyway, your turn. Go ahead.
Besides Babs?
No. You make the case for Babs. No.
Well, first of all, in Marvel, I'm really happy to making movies about my two favorite girls, Silver Sable and Black Cat. Although I'm partially joking right now.
Those aren't going to happen.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Yeah, they are. Just for me, they are.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, Barbara, before New 52, Barbara is by far my favorite female character. Though on the DC side, I really like Black Canary. Katana. There's plenty of them I like. But I think Barbara is the female character I really like. That I think is the best.
Yeah, I mean, that's my go-to for DC.
Which also, because I think there was a shipping question or a couples question somewhere.
I think that was in your head.
No, I think there was.
I think you woke up in the middle of the night
No!
and you started thinking about it, and you're like...
No, wasn't there a guy goes...
Yeah, who should get together?
No, fuck you. No, that was a question somewhere. Did you miss that? You fucking missed it.
Nope, I missed nothing. Ask the readers, my friend. This list is fucking exhaustive. I didn't miss anything.
No. That was a real question.
Anyway,
That was a real question.
While Mr. Sidler
We'll prove you wrong.
tries to convince us that he didn't just have fat material on the brain.
Fuck you.
Okay, the next question is from our friend Indie Gator. Favorite local theater and what it's like. Listen to me, Indie Gator, and everybody out there. My favorite local theater is the one where there are the most teenagers, and there is the most gum on the floor, and the fucking AC has never worked, and it is hot as balls in there because I know that I can watch any movie I want safe from the fucking trolling ass audience of Ryan Higgins. I will be free from his judgmental fucking ass. I am going to laugh when Baby Groot is fucking adorable, and I am not going to feel bad that there's this grumpy old man with his arms crossed and his furrowed brow saying, fuck these kids.
Hey, I have a challenge. What would be the ultimate anti-Ryan movie right now? Would it be a Baby Groot slash Sandman movie that crosses over with just anything that would piss him off?
That's a great one. You know what? I think that it would actually be kind of ironically the opposite. So it would the most anti-Ryan movie.
No, it has to be something that he wants to watch but royally like pisses him off.
Right. So I would say it would just be a terrible, terrible movie that involves Batman and Superman, but we already have that.
Oh, it's been done.
Or a terrible Suicide Squad. Wow.
Hey Bryce,
Insults work better when you
would you mind reading this last comment here?
Oh, the last one? Look, there are a fucking 100 comments here, and 99 of them
I
are
was not fucking crazy.
99 of them are liked by me, which means that I read them basically. And this one is not liked by me, which means I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
So fuck you. We'll get to that last.
All right.
Okay, next question. Best 90s crossover. We kind of already did that.
What was the X Factor one where the
Age of
Thor
Apocalypse was I think in the 2000s, so I don't think that counts. It was definitely Extinction Agenda. But what was your question?
X Factor and Thor? I remember reading that.
X Factor and Thor?
Yeah. Was that not X Factor?
I mean, there was. So
I remember X Factor and Thor in tunnels and beating the shit out of a bunch of people.
Okay, well, I mean, Mutant Massacre crossed over into like Power Pack for one issue.
It did?
And Thor for one or two issues.
Okay.
And Daredevil for like one or two issues. But yeah, Mutant Massacre.
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of Inferno. But yeah, no, Mutant Massacre definitely crossed over into Thor for at least one issue.
Yeah.
Are you looking up right now? I love how you have a computer and like for so much of this shit we just haven't even looked it up.
No.
Anyway, it was definitely Extinction Agenda. Jesus. Because that was the first of its kind. I mean, Avengers years before had the Avengers Defenders War, but there weren't many crossovers that were that. And look, save your fucking comments. I'm sure that there was a bunch other ones. Actually, don't save your comments. I would love to be educated.
Well, I'm gonna go with best '90s crossovers. I'm gonna leave the X-Men out.
No, that's not the fucking question.
Yes, I'm gonna just fucking change it.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on then. So,
fuck
next
you.
question. Actually, I'm curious. Go.
Round robin. It's got fucking cyborg ninjas. It's got street level characters and Moon Knight.
Oh, the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
I would love that as a fucking movie.
That was really, really cool.
I want that as a movie.
Yeah, that was really, really cool.
Especially if it was in the 80s. Have cyborg ninjas fighting Spider-Man and Moon Knight and Punisher.
Yeah, if you want a good Spider-Man crossover, go look up the round robin crossover that he did.
I love that one.
It was just within the Spider-Man books, though, even though it crossed over with everybody else, right?
A New Warriors, right?
I don't think that. I think that they were in it, but
Oh, okay.
I don't even think that they were all in it.
Oh, some
I think
of them
that.
were.
I mean, they probably had Darkhawk because he's fucking awesome.
Darkhawk is the man.
He's fucking great. Anyway, okay, next question. Wow, we actually are going through this.
Told you.
Holy fuck, it's late though.
Most overpriced comic I've ever
So
seen
most
on a shop's wall.
Yeah. Or have you ever bought one for a steal and because they didn't know what they had, and if so, which was it? So
I think those are internet stories. Do you think these are true? When people like blab on the internet, go, "Oh, I found this book for $2 in the $2 bin," and
No,
it's
I
this $300 book.
I guarantee you that fucking Brock took advantage of somebody that didn't know what they had and bought something from them for
I mean,
like.
generally these stories happen because they buy entire collection, and in the collection there's some keywords. I never think like if they're actually.
Well, that
picking
almost
out a
doesn't
single
count
book.
for the question because it's sort
Okay.
of it's on the shop's wall. Most
Yeah.
overpriced. Anyway, so most overpriced. I don't know. I would say fucking any book that I bought from Ryan Higgins. Like, look,
He really rips you off.
It's tricky because
I hate to tell you, man. He knows if there's a book that you want, and he automatically puts like an extra $50 on there.
yeah, he just is just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Well, I'll give you $10 off, though."
he pulls it out of the dollar bin and he's like, no, this is $51, and I buy it, and he's like,
Yeah.
Anyway, no. Unfortunately, appreciate the question. I don't have a good answer for it. I believe every comic that I've bought was overpriced because it's a fucking comic book, and like if I'd
Because
bought
you
it
buy
at a
Marvel?
different time, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna let him bait me. I'm not gonna let him bait me. I'm not gonna let him bait me.
Bait me so much though.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I feel like you're overpaying for any book unless you buy it super early on, and even then, if you're spending more than cover price, like what are you doing with your life? And by the way, like I am the fucking worst perpetrator. I've probably spent more, well, definitely more money on like single shelf copies than you. Probably more on single shelf copies than any single other person on this. Oh, dude.
No.
I don't think. Okay.
No. Maybe X-Men books alone, but yeah, no.
Yeah, definitely X-Men books.
I buy a lot of garbage books. I'll be honest about that.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good story.
Yeah.
Ever bought one for a steal because they didn't know what they had? No, because here's the thing. Time is money, friend. As some very wise video game characters once told me and tell me every time I log in. Look, I'm not playing the fucking min-max game because I have a real fucking job and I'm a fucking man with a fucking job. And so I overpay for shit to save myself time. If you make X per hour and you save $1 because you waited, I mean, that's, an exaggeration because I'm sure that's not what was the intent of this. They're asking if you got anything for a steal. My point is, my life's perspective is that you are much more willing to overpay or pay full price than try to get a deal because fucking life is short and time is money. And if you have a good job, fucking do what makes you happy.
Well, I have bought things for a steal, quote, but not because they didn't know what they had, but because they knew what they had, and the dude that sold it to me was Ryan Higgins, and he was really nice to me.
Well, that's
I gotta
sweet.
give the guy credit sometimes. I shit on him quite a bit. So when there's credit due, I gotta give the man credit. So,
Everybody gets a turn.
and he generally even tells me, like, he goes, "I got the book for you," and then I come in and go, "Holy shit, that is the book."
Wow,
And then-
Ryan, thanks for ever saying that to me.
And that, well, he does.
Things Bryce has never said.
You just have all the books you already want already.
Okay, so if we were to write and direct Homecoming, what direction would we go with
Well,
it?
easy. I already just said it. I would the fucking round robin. I would just do round robin.
actually
dude.
would have had
Cyborg ninjas.
I would have
Punisher.
I definitely would have had a different
Noah fucking
answer.
Moon Knight.
And
The normals got like, who the fuck are all these characters except for Punisher?
yeah, and they would fucking love it, and Spider-Man would be the most popular thing ever.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming do his round robin, which sounds like a porno that I watched at some point in time. But yeah, I think that that would be probably where I would go now. Though I had a different answer before you brought up round robin. Like, how good was that fucking story? That was 90s-tastic.
It was very
fucking incredible.
90s-tastic.
Anyway, Homecoming, yeah, I don't know. The safe answer would be, I would be really boring, and I would do an origin story like Wonder Woman, and I would make.
You would?
And I would.
Really?
And I would remind everybody that he believes in peace, love, and fucking the American way. And I would.
And Uncle Ben.
And Uncle Ben, that's a tragedy. I would make him a complex character, and I
And
would.
you'd hire, what's his face to be Green Goblin again?
Yeah, and I would have him stand next to the fire by what's a German Marvel villain, the Red Skull, and I'd have him say like, "Hello, Mr. Skull. My name is Peter Parker. How are you doing today?" That's my German accent, in case that was unclear over the mic. Anyway, no, but trolling aside, I would do safely. I would do a boring origin story and have the audience get behind him because he hasn't had a good movie in a very long time. Spider-Man 1 and 2 were the only good ones. And except for that emo dance in Spider-Man 3 was pretty incredible. But the grab my balls choice, if I was the director of Homecoming, would be that I would do something like I don't fucking have a good answer. I would do some crazy crossover like Maximum Carnage or that round robin thing.
Maximum Carnage would be fun too.
Homecoming, I don't even know how
could.
that would fit, but
they
there
could
would
do-
definitely trust. If you
I
gave
don't
me
know.
another 30 seconds, I could come up with
I don't know if it's true,
a
but
dad joke metaphor that
They
would make
recently
it
did just
plausible.
well, I don't know. It's the internet, but they just said that the Venom movie is gonna be part of the Marvel universe. So the whole Maximum Carnage thing could
No,
be a
that's
possibility.
not real. What are you
It
talking
could
about?
be.
Yeah, you sound like Higgins right now. What?
It's for Marvel though. It's for a good cause.
No. That's
Okay.
not gonna happen. Higgins, he's the first one to be like, "Oh, a DC movie was or a DC TV show was mentioned by somebody. It's probably gonna connect with the DC cinematic universe." Anyway, okay. Okay, next question. Foreign policy and trade dead.
Yeah, not
Already
smart
made
enough
that
for
joke. Sorry. I intended to have a good joke for that.
What
But
opinion of Ryan Higgins is the most wrong?
oh, yeah.
Well, which one? There's a lot.
Well, I mean, we kind of have to rank them. Really, there's only one answer, and that is his.
BVS.
Yeah, that's his infallible, just blind love. Look, if your opinion
Suicide Squad.
is that the DC movies were good, then that's fair. If you liked one
I have
or
to
two of
remind
them,
you
but
that
not all
I
three,
like Man of Steel.
I know, but nobody's perfect. And if you liked, like I get it if you liked it, but at a certain point in time, because he preaches this whole thing about like, oh, they're not perfect, they have their caveats, but they're great movies, and he likes them, and
I'm
you're
glad
like,
he likes them.
and
I
you're
don't
like,
care actually.
fuck you, Bryce. He likes them. That should be good enough for anybody. Like, leave
Wait,
their
who said
opinions
that?
alone. Well, there's a lot of people that are fucking not happy with troll ass comments like mine.
Oh,
But my thing is like, how can you not be really angry that this, like, you wait your whole life? We are living in literally the golden fucking era of comic book movies.
Yeah.
And there are these movies that are just objectively, and look, you might like them, but you cannot argue that they are objectively. I'm gonna catch a lot of heat for this. They are objectively subpar films compared to any movie that has good acting all around, good story writing all around. And look, I get it. You like the movie because you sit down and you plug it in and you like the movie. Okay, I get it. But I'm saying that like each of those movies has serious story flaws and or acting flaws and or sorry, my hello Siri just went off, even though, oh, did I say story and it sounded like Siri? Fuck you, Siri, go to sleep. Anyway, I'm sure that I'm gonna get you a lot of flack for that. But what I'm saying is that like you guys are just holding on to these movies and you're just, Higgins included, you're just like, oh no, but BVS I actually really liked it. It's like, how can you not be so angry that this movie that you've waited literally decades of your life and will only get that one of was fucking average or subpar? In my opinion, it was garbage because it's exacerbated by the fact that you waited your whole life for this. And you're only gonna get this one. And oh no, we're gonna get other ones. It's like, well, yeah, but it could have been. Look, you can troll me for liking Marvel movies all you want, but like Iron Man was a great movie. Fucking Deadpool and Logan were great movies. They weren't even done by Marvel Cinematic Universe. Wonder Woman was a fucking great movie. How can you not be mad that Batman vs. Superman, the movie that you've been waiting for forever, wasn't as good as Wonder Woman? I'd be so angry. I'd be like, I waited several decades of my life and I will literally never get another one. And
I like
like,
your shirt, by the way.
yeah, for those of you that can't see, I'm wearing that Supergirl, Batgirl, Wonder Woman shirt. Anyway, it's just like, yeah, I get it. You like it. That's fine. It's innocuous. Okay. Anyway, so to me, his opinion that is most wrong is that he infallibly loves all these movies without being angry that these movies could have been fucking incredible and weren't. Like we're not gonna get Iron Man 1 ever again. But it doesn't fucking matter because Iron Man 1 is awesome. So yeah, fucking Does that count as my rant?
Yeah,
I'm fucking
sure.
losing my voice over here. Why don't you talk more?
Me?
Okay, now your turn. What opinion of Ryan's is the most wrong? And I love how this is like the most time that we've spent on any question. It's the most trolly, like baiting question ever.
I feel that his money is the wrong way, as in the cash register. I had this topic with Ryan many times. I've worked retail for many, many years, probably too many years, and then I came over here to work for Ryan, and his money is sorted the opposite way, and he does not give in on it at all. He goes, "No, this is the way." I'm like, "No, you got it the wrong way. It's the opposite way." Charlie comes in and also goes, "No, this is the opposite way." Ryan goes, "No, fuck you. You all wrong." So we
You
all
mean
do-
it puts his high bills on the left?
yes,
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? What the fuck? How does that happen?
yeah.
What a random thing to complain about.
Wait, does he do it on the left? Now I'm confused myself. Whatever. I'm used to do it the opposite way, and he has it in
Got
one
it,
way.
got it.
And
I don't-
and it threw me off. Well, now I'm used to however Ryan does it.
No,
so
I've
if
never-
I ever go to do retail, God hopes I will not, because I'll probably be the worst employee ever.
You'd be the best.
No, I don't want to be anymore. Anyways, that was I hated the fact he had the bills the wrong way. No,
Okay,
it's
well-
not the bills. I think it's the coins. It's the coins. I think it's the coins. Anyways.
Wow, the plot thickens. Okay,
Yeah.
well, anyway.
Horrible radio. Bad memories.
It's okay. No, I think that was great radio. Okay, anyway, next question. Mask of the Phantasm coming to Blu-ray. That's exciting.
Finally. I didn't even realize it wasn't out on Blu-ray.
So my normals, in air quotes, parents that didn't understand comics, didn't understand how much I like comics when I was a budding comic fan. I was invited to a birthday party where they were going to see Mask of the Phantasm.
Really?
And
What age?
my dad, when it was fucking in theaters, I don't know.
How old were we then?
We were fucking young. I was going to birthday parties still. That's an indicator. I don't
Were
remember.
we kids when that came out?
How old are you?
I'm a little older than you.
Oh, then yeah, we were kids.
It really?
Elementary school.
It came out in Atlanta.
Elementary.
Fuck you. I was not gonna finish that word. I didn't realize it was that old.
Bro, I don't know what to tell you. You're killing my story here. So,
Sorry.
this is a story of loss and remorse and woe. My dad has fucking.
Holy shit. 1990, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
1993.
Okay. Woo.
Yeah.
That's a doozy.
Anyways.
Anyway, so I was the fucking story's over. Anyway, my dad has no concept of time. He took me late. I missed the birthday party. I missed the movie.
Yeah.
I not sure that to this day I've ever seen it.
Really?
And I'm sure that I have. But anyway, it was just like, you know, when those like little innocuous things that happen when you were a kid, but were like sad for you then, but don't really mean anything, and you think about them later. Do you have any of those?
Yes. Quite
Anyway,
a bit.
so it's like reminding me of that, and it's like, oh yeah, that
Usually it's because shit I pulled and I probably shouldn't have pulled them, and
well,
then they haunt me.
I definitely have that too. Fuck me. Okay. Will Green Lantern 2 come out? And if so, will they repeat casting?
Yes.
Okay. Who will?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because it was a horrible movie.
No, but I
Yes.
mean, you know, if it's a horrible movie, they could still have Green
fine.
Lantern 2 come out. Who should be in it? Damn it. I can't do it. That was the third one.
Chris Pine should
That
be
was the
fucking
third
Hal
one.
Jordan.
Damn my lack of ability to have a poker face. Fuck me.
You were not even looking up on that one.
I know. I was trying to. If I looked at you, I definitely would have lost my shit. Okay.
That's another Ryan favorite though.
Next, what?
Green Lantern.
I don't want to talk about that. Okay. Next question. Who does
Charlie likes it too, which is I guess not a surprise.
Who does Aaron have taking up the second Mjolnir? I assume he means Aaron Spelling, creator of Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place. That's a joke.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Who does Jason Aaron have taking up the second Mjolnir? And where does the War of the Realms leave Jane, Thor, and Odin? Okay, so I hate the cop-out that I've used too much, which is that I'm behind, but I'm only 2 issues behind. which is to say one of each, the Thor and the, what the fuck is the other? Wait, there's 2 Thor books, isn't there?
Yeah, Thor and Thor.
Oh, Mighty Thor and Unworthy Thor. So I'm one behind in each. But that means that I'm 2 chapters behind in the War of the Realms. So, who does he have taking up the second Mjolnir? He is going to have
Both Thors.
Throg as one
Yeah.
and Odin's son as the other.
Excellent.
Jane is going to go
Bye-bye.
and go into the sunset. Thor
Being
and
close in
Throg
adamantium.
are going to have a team up book with Deadpool. And Odin is going to have very mediocre hero clicks, like he already does. Next question. What hope? So joking aside, I don't know. I'm behind. I would love to speculate if I were 2 chapters further. I've been fucking loving the Thors with the whole battle with the Shi'ar, Asgard versus the Shi'ar Empire. Like, it's been fucking great. It's been really good. Okay, dude, it's getting really late. How long are we going?
I do not know.
Well, let's keep
We're
going.
at 2,586 bars and 4 beats at the moment. At a
That
tempo of 120.
that sounds like a Tuesday night to me.
It doesn't help that I'm using a music thingy to record this.
What do we hope to see in Legacy, Marvel Legacy, title, structures, etc.? Look,
Good stories?
yeah, I mean, my thing about Legacy is that I'm so like, I'm so nervous about Legacy because that's supposed to be their reboot thing, but they're not changing any of their staff. They're just gonna like change the books they're writing. Like, on one hand, I'm sure they employ like, almost everybody is super talented. But on the other hand, I'm kind of wondering, well, that talent isn't really showcasing itself, and maybe I'm just being picky and too trolly. I don't know.
If
But
anything, you have a really nice poster. I think that cover looks really cool.
oh, the Alex Ross, like the whole whatever group,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's
that looks
really cool.
incredible. So anyway, what do I hope for titles? I hope for them to have titles of all these classic characters that they've gotten out. It was funny. I forget if it was in Secret Empire 3 or 4. Like I said, they sort of amalgamated in my brain, but it was Ultron that says like, "You're the Avengers? I don't recognize any of you." And it's because they're all fucking, different, right? And, fuck Nick Spencer, of course. I'm sure he's made that joke before. But, yeah, so I would expect to see from Legacy a return to Legacy titles. Do I expect them to be good? Unfortunately, I'm not compelled to say yes just because there's so much mediocrity now.
So besides slightly being worried, are you at all excited for it? Or you only care about the X-Men?
No, I'm sort of... X-Men almost exist in their own fucking comic book universe because they're not... I wonder what the licensing works with them and X-Men belonging to Fox, because that was the strong indicator of why they got rid of the Fantastic Four book, right? I mean, they're like, why would we continue to develop the Fantastic Four universe? And the only reason they do it with X-Men is because X-Men actually fucking sell ass tons, which is kind of sad. That I would have thought that Fantastic Four would have sold more, but anyway, I hope to see a lot of titles that I'm familiar with, like maybe regular Iron Man and maybe regular Thor. Who we won't see is the Captain Marvel before the current Captain Marvel. We won't see that one. We kind of have a current Peter Parker. Let's see, a regular Wolverine. I don't think they're going to bring Wolverine back this soon. I mean, I think that they have Old Man Logan and they're really loving it right now. And then
Kind of works.
I haven't read X-Men Blue #5, but it looks like there's a young Wolverine on that too. So
A blonde Wolverine.
I don't know what the deal is there, but I'll
Maybe it's Old Man Logan, but he bleached his hair.
that could be.
Yeah.
And grow his curly, luscious locks. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know, but I think that they have their their Wolverine problem solved for now. I don't know. I don't know. For structure, I would say fix your shit, but I don't have any backseat driver advice. It's a mess right now. I don't know where to begin other than to say some cop-out statement like make Marvel great again. Let's see here.
Have you seen the Trump pictures where they put Mario's little hat thing on it?
I haven't, but I want to avoid politics because I'm not Ryan Higgins.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Top 5 superhero movies since 2000. Okay, so I'm going to go with the...
I don't even know what started in 2000. Is that Spider-Man?
I'm going to go with the...
X-Men? Is that X-Men that started in 2000? What is the age of 2000? Or what? That has to
you
be.
literally just Googled something. X-Men 1 was like 99.
No, I think it was 2000.
It might have been 2000.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with most important. And might be a
It
slightly...
is 2000.
2000. Okay, I'm going to go with
And I think
most...
Spider-Man is probably 2000 also.
Most important. The question is top
2002.
5 superhero movies. I am not going to
Of
say
all time?
my favorite. No, since 2000. Since the year 2000.
Okay.
What was Spider-Man?
2002.
Okay.
So that is the age of modern superheroes, I guess.
So I am going to, maybe that was why the question was
Yeah.
2000 specifically. I am going to say my top 5 most important superhero movies. Those are my top 5 most important. Because top 5 favorite would be a different list, but I think that I've said that ad nauseum before, and it would just be a bunch of Marvel movies with some Christopher Nolan sprinkled in. Okay, so the most important movie since 2005. Number 1, I'll go down because I haven't written this down. Otherwise, I would go from number 5 up. I would say the most important is...
Wait, most important or just your top
No, this
favorites?
is just top.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I'm doing most important.
Alright.
You could do favorite. It doesn't
Alright,
fucking
alright,
matter. It
alright,
doesn't
fucking,
specify.
yeah.
So I think that the most important one is either I'm gonna do a cop out answer. I'm gonna tie it between X-Men 1 and X-Men 2. They were 2 years apart. They really showed, even though they didn't have the same costumes, they really brought, and I've said this before on the podcast, but they really brought superheroics, cheeseball, superpowers, but still good story and decent acting to the big screen, and a movie that Rotten Higgins would appreciate. That we had never had before. I mean, barring, I think that the Michael Keaton Batman, specifically number 1, was a little too jokey, and Christopher Reeve Superman was maybe a little too hokey. I don't know, but even if you would put them on this list,
You have to put Christopher Reeve on this list.
No, but I'm
This is
saying
after 2000.
exactly. Thank you for interrupting me.
You're welcome.
Even if it were extended to all time, they're just so different. So those would probably be on my list if it were extended to all time. But since this is since 2000, that was like sort of the paradigm shift. It was still a very dark movie with muted colors and a lot of leather. My second most important movie would be, and I don't know, history will prove me wrong, Guardians of the Galaxy number 1, because of everything that we've learned about superhero movies in the past decade and a half, really changed with that movie. They really showed that you can have all these elements of a superhero movie, including ridiculous costumes and powers, and still have it be totally irreverent and fun with a bunch of snark, and still have it be a great movie. They took material that came out of nowhere. I mean, nobody expected fucking Groot in a comic or in a movie before Wonder Woman. Least of all me. So, that would be my number 2. Number 3. Okay, I'll try to. I'm sorry, I'm taking too long. Number 3, Spider-Man, 2002. That took the whole element of what the X-Men did, even though I hated the casting of Tobey Maguire, and they said, this can actually be taken seriously, but also we can do it with colorful powers and characters and costumes and have it be fun and lighthearted, which X-Men arguably wasn't. That was another very important turning point for the industry because they realized, we can actually have fun with this. Now they would go, tits up with Spider-Man 3, but X-Men 2 wouldn't have existed without X-Men 1, and Spider-Man 2 wouldn't have existed without Spider-Man 1 in the capacity that they were, building upon their predecessors so much. But Spider-Man 1 really, made the whole colorful costume superhero being taken seriously by the mainstream a reality. And so, what was I going to say? Okay, number 4, Iron Man. Iron Man, I don't know how that's number 4. That seems like a crime. That's like, I feel like there was a Gen 1 modern superhero movies, which is those like Spider-Man and X-Men. And then there was like Gen 2 or current gen, which started with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In fact, fuck me. I need more time with this question because I might actually put Iron Man 1 as number 1. Sorry. I just think that Iron Man 1 changed everything in terms of having a cinematic universe that everything would be based around. And that was the first one. And it was so well done, so well casted, so well written, so well acted, so well performed. Such a great movie. Good job, Iron Man 1. And then number 5, I don't fucking know. Those are like the most important ones. I'll say Iron Man 3 just to fucking troll Higgins.
Plus indicated.
Oh no, I'm an idiot. I would have to also cop out and say Batman Begins / Dark Knight. I actually might like. I still to this. Every day my life is so tough. I wonder if that third Batman, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Rises, whichever one it is, Rises.
For the people.
Yeah. If I like it more than Dark Knight, because that barge scene in Batman 2 is the fucking corniest piece of shit ever, and I fucking can't stand it. And so...
so it's funny, I was listening to last week's podcast.
Yeah.
I fucking love that scene. I fucking love that scene. I was like, oh, you Bryce, man.
I would do...
Oh, you Bryce, man.
There is a short list of people that I will not do movie commentaries on. I would do a movie commentary with you on that, because the fucking guy from Next Friday is like...
Oh, I love that scene.
No.
Yes.
We should save them all. Anyway, it's the fucking worst. Anyway, the reason that I tied Dark Knight with Batman Begins is number 5. And again... maybe my 1 through 5 shouldn't be in that order. Maybe they should be fucking those 5, but in a different order, because I just haven't had enough time. And you try fucking having this list. If you have no time to think about it, motherfuckers, listen to this.
My list is not 5.
Did you just do a list? How long have I been talking?
For a while.
Fuck me.
You're Bryce, after all.
Anyway, so...
Did you get number 5 yet? I'm not sure.
So no, my 5 is those 2 movies tied. And the reason that they're tied is because... like, Batman Begins ushered in yet another, like, new generation, but this time for DC, it's a big thing, but also Batman is, like, such a different brand than Marvel. Marvel is, like, an unknown entity. Other than Spider-Man, which people are like, oh, yeah, I guess I know that. People didn't really know X-Men when X-Men 1 came out. People didn't really know... like, Spider-Man, I guess that they knew-ish, but really, they didn't know what to expect when he actually came on the screen. Like, people knew what the fuck to expect with Batman. And so, to be able to do it in such a realistic and well-done version was fucking phenomenal.
I mean, watching that for the first time, I got chills. I was like, holy
it was fucking a great movie.
Yeah.
But, like, was it as good as Dark Knight? No, not...
For me, the modern era of comic book movies really started with the Nolan Batman movies.
Well,
I actually wasn't really happy with the ones before that.
Did that come out before Iron Man?
I will look on my device.
While you're looking out, the reason that I tie it with Dark Knight, other than to just troll out a cop out answer.
Iron Man is 2008.
Okay.
Batman Begins 2005.
Okay, Dark Knight. What was Dark Knight?
2008.
Okay. Anyway,
my memory. My memory's right.
Excuse me. So anyway, Dark Knight is so much better than Batman Begins, but I
don't know. I really like Batman Begins.
It was really good, but man, Dark Knight was so much better. Not even just because of Heath Ledger, but
you got the ball rolling on that one. There's no origin.
Anyway, I thought that the story was better. I thought that the acting was better. I thought the effects were better. I thought that other than
because
the barge
Katie Holmes wasn't in it anymore.
Maybe that was also like a factor. Anyway, so again, it's a cop-out answer that I would tie them, but I do think that they were so tightly tied with the advancement of the importance of superhero movies since 2000 that I have to tie them. Okay. Your list.
I will go with Dark Knight. Batman Begins.
Wait, are you starting at 1 or 5?
No particular order, but in a softish 1 through 5, I guess.
Okay.
Batman Begins is number 2, I guess.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your first one was? I'm sorry.
Dark Knight.
Okay.
It's like the movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Iron Man as number 3, probably.
Okay.
And this is just because I did this list right now, and
Right. You
I
need
had
more time to think about it, really.
Bryce time to think about it. Logan at number 4, and Wonder Woman at number 5.
Wow.
Now I have honorable mentions of the next 4 movies, which would be Winter Soldier.
You're going to have fucking 4 honorable mentions in your list of 5?
Guardians of the Galaxy, First Class, and Kingsman.
Oh my God. That is like the worst list that I've heard in my life.
That's the best list.
Do you want to back up any of those and give any color or explanation?
Why?
Because I'm going to get a lot of hate for my list. I want people to hate you.
Why?
I'm sure that there's fucking trolls out there like...
Well, Batman, there's not a whole lot to argue about, right?
Oh, no, I'll get complaints about my order.
Oh.
Okay, let's keep going, dude. We've been talking for way too long. Okay, we're almost done. Second to last... apparently there was more after I stopped writing. But one of the last questions. Do we go back and listen to old episodes to see if we were right or wrong? No, because I would
obviously not Higgins.
Definitely fucking not Higgins. I assume that I'm 100% right. So no need.
I
Okay.
just don't like my own voice, and I don't like to hear Bryce correcting me all the time.
The real answer is that I don't like my voice either. And so I don't want to hear myself. And will occasionally listen to the first 5 seconds to just hear how insufferable I sound. And then as soon as my voice comes on, I say, oh,
and
God.
I probably was wrong about everything anyways.
I was never wrong. Okay.
Old books.
Old books discussion about old books becoming collectible again, like Spawn 1.
Is it really?
You know what? This is tricky because literally, literally is actually 100% hyperbolic because, not literally, but so many books. If you have the first appearance, go back to the fucking 90s and when the market had crashed. Wait, when did the market crash? The comic market?
Oh, yeah, 90s, right?
I think so.
Let's
say
Marvel,
it happened.
Marvel started having a fire sale on all their characters.
Yeah, okay. So, and then you have a character like fucking, I don't know when Squirrel Girl was created, but I'm sure Toby could figure it out in 2 seconds if he wasn't playing Pokemon Go on his phone while I'm talking.
Totodile for life.
Anyway, so literally any first appearance of a fucking 90s character is actually a collectible now. Even after
Really?
The craziest fucking part to me is that even after the market crashed and collapsed, if there was a first appearance of a character, if I could go back in time, I would get it. And it would be I'm looking at Ryan Higgins' wall right now, and it would be selling.
I like the fact that your voice is crackling right now. That has never happened in podcast history. Bryce Larson has talked this much that his voice is crackling. That must be a horrible co-host because I'm fucking just talk, Bryce.
Is that what's going on?
Probably.
My voice. I am losing my voice.
You are.
How is that happening?
First in podcast history.
Have I not talked this much? How long have we been going on?
I don't know. I think it's midnight almost.
It is fucking, dude.
We gotta hurry.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I will shortly. Instead of talking about Spawn number 1 being collectible again, I will tell a really short story about Spawn number 1. In my younger days, when I didn't have a whole lot of money, I honestly say I may have taken some Spawn number 1s from a local store, which I'm not very proud of. And then it lingered in my head for so long that years later, I actually brought back those issues. I did. I put them back into back issues, man. On the walk there, I so did, dude. I actually put them back in the store. So I borrowed them for about 8 years, and I brought them back into the store. And snuck them back in because I felt so bad about it.
That's fucking.
I totally
adorable.
did.
I definitely would not have done that, but
it was probably was not a smart thing to do if I got caught by putting them back. To go, excuse me, what are you doing? I'm like,
Dude, talk about not smart. I fucking have cut up and bound an ass ton of fucking Uncanny X-Men that.
Why is that not smart? I think that's freaking cool.
Well, it's awesome. I have these
Yeah.
incredible bound editions that I may or may not ever read, but they're all like on fucking Higgins' wall as like $20-$25 each.
Yeah.
And people will buy them.
Well, we got to do some quick hits so that you stay married here and get you home. Each person's top 3 beers. Go.
Oh! Wow. Okay. Well, right now, I'm drinking Elysian Space Dust, which is probably currently one of my top 3. Another top 3 is Green Flash.
You do drink that quite a bit.
Yep, West Coast IPA
Yeah.
is another one. And then Ninkasi or Ninsaki or something like that out of Oregon does it's an 8%er, I believe. It's called Tricerahops. And I fucking love that. You'll notice that all of those are IPAs and all of those are strong IPAs.
Good man.
But yeah, great fucking. Who asked that? That's a great question.
Lester Figueroa.
Okay, I should have read it. It's Figueroa.
Yeah.
I assume. Anyway, great question. Those are my top 3. That changes month to month. I could go on a lot longer about it, but apparently I'm losing my voice mid podcast,
Which is excellent. I don't drink as much beer as Bryce over here, but I drank a whole lot of Camden Hells while I was in the UK, and I like the German Pilsner, and I have a third. Probably the Piranha one at the what's that place we go to?
BJ's.
I like the Piranha one.
Love BJ's.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love BJ's? BJ's is
All
great.
right. Last question comes from Ivan.
Ivan Leskanik.
Has the podcast
Loves to
reached
hate.
out into any of your real life friends or colleagues in any way?
You know what, Ivan? I really hope you don't fucking take this to my real life friends and colleagues because I do everything in my power to have
contained.
my personal life separated from my professional life.
Is it because all your friends are normals and we're just all your
Oh, no.
not normal friends?
Oh, maybe I misunderstood the question. I don't want this getting to my professional life.
Ah, okay.
My friends do know. Maybe it's just it's late and I didn't understand the question. But yeah, no, I don't want anybody at work having any idea about this. So fuck you. Do not let anybody at my work know that I did this, please. Thank you. But other than that, yeah, I mean, all my friends and family know that I'm into this. Has the podcast? I mean, yes, some people know, but very few.
Wait, do your friends actually listen to the podcast? Like
No,
personal friends?
but I've told them
Like-
about it.
Okay,
Like,
but they
what is
don't
it-
listen, right?
What is the question? Has it bled into, right? Has it bled into other? All right. Has the podcast leached?
Leached.
Out into any of your real life friends? Okay, so yes, it has, or colleagues. No, not colleagues. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, I'm not embarrassed to say that I do this, and I'm pretty sure 0% of my friends that are outside of the comic book world that I've told
I
about
don't think none of my friends listen to this.
have gotten into it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I believe that. Oh no, there's that other one that you talked about.
Oh yeah.
Last question.
All right, the actual last question. Actually, there's 2. Favorite recent non-Marvel DC comic books. Real fast. Quick one.
Favorite recent non-Marvel DC comic book?
Yeah. Go fast.
Okay, Southern.
I'm actually becoming Ryan. What is this? I usually like to stick around.
It's not Southern Bastards. I'm sorry. What's your answer? I've fucking talked a lot.
I'm gonna go with Giant Days.
I'm gonna go with East of West.
Cool. All right. Very last question by Matthew Paul Dixon. What are your favorite comic book relationships? I.e., Jean Grey, Cyclops, Batman, and Conan.
No, there's only one right answer, and that is Gambit and Rogue.
Absolutely. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Till the next time, Ryan Higgins is sick. We'll see you again. Actually, no. We'll see you at the next normal podcast.